The questions that I'm asking you are not going to make you feel comfortable. I'm not here to say, oh, that's a beautiful thought. That's such a right thought. Here, just tap on the shoulder. No, I'm here to make you uncomfortable, to tell you, where are you lying to yourself? Where are you generalizing to yourself? Where are you dramatizing? Where are you, exaggerating? You see, this is the teaching of Socrates, the Greek philosopher Socrates. He was the first ever to apply logic and reason to dismantling our lying thoughts. Socrates claimed that we lie to ourselves. We tell ourselves lies. So we don't even realize that we are lying to ourselves. And this is what makes this is where the Greek philosophers were the first to apply logic and reason to disprove certain mistaken ways of thinking. So if you want excellence, as the ancient Greeks believed that we should strive for excellence, you have to begin to have more excellent thoughts, more clear thoughts, more true thoughts. All right? Because just a small alteration in that thought will get you to a completely different place 10 years down the line. That's why it's very important, according to Socrates, to be very specific with your thinking. Imagine for a moment a tennis racket, okay, how it hits the ball. If the tennis racket is altered, even at a slight percent, the ball will end up in a completely different way than if I tilt it a little, the ball, where the ball will end up. Okay, so here your original thought, you have to be very specific with your thoughts about where you want your thought to take you, because your thoughts become your practice and your habits, and they start becoming your way of life and will lead you to a certain place. So this is the exercise for today, to actually, if you have a pen, you can write it down, or if you want to write it in the notes, think of your most frustrating thought. What's keeping you up at night? What is that fear or insecurity that you may have? And we're going to work through that sentence using Greek philosophy, using logic and reason to dismantle our own frustrating thoughts. As I'm talking, you continue to think and write about your most frustrating thought. And I'll just give you a few moments. Write it down in 1 or 2 sentences. It has to be in a personal way, like, I don't feel that I will be successful at something. Or, I don't feel that I can do something. I don't know what it is you're trying to accomplish in your life. And I'll never be able to do such and such a thing. Okay? Because when you have this sentence, we will begin to dismantle it and prove it to be a lie that you are telling to yourself. So as I'm speaking now, I hope you have all found a sentence that is your most frustrating thought.
I may have a different type of family.
Okay, so what is the fear thought? I'm afraid that I won't be able to follow my inner truth because my relatives have too much control over me. What's the sentence?
To disappoint them.
I'm afraid I will disappoint my relatives if I follow my truth. Would we say that that is your fear?
Yeah, it's
That's a legitimate fear. That is what I'm looking for. That's the type of sentence I'm looking for. Your fear of what's holding you back. Now, the question is, how true is that statement? How true? Out of 1 to 100, 1 to 100. Is it 80% true? Is it 100% true? Okay, now that we've been through this filter of truth, we're going to move to the next filter, which has to do with usefulness. Okay, How useful is having that thought that you are having? Okay, if you keep having that thought, where is it going to lead you? Where will you be 10 years down the line if you continue to have that specific thought? So Socrates would ask you, how useful is that specific thought? Is it going to get you to where you want to go if you're honest with yourself? Remember Aristotle, who says that excellence is a habit. And now let's go to the last filter, the filter of love, the filter of, is there love in your thought? Is there what the Greeks called agape, okay? Where is the love in your thoughts? Is there love towards yourself in your thought? Is that a loving thought that you're having towards yourself? Or is that a thought that is mean to yourself, or puts you down, or underestimates your full potential? How about the thought as regards other people or the world? Is that thought loving towards other people? Is that a caring thought about the world? Now we move to the final phase of this exercise, and I ask you to reformulate that sentence, that constant thought that you've been having, that anxiety thought. I want you to reformulate it so that it is more empowering, so that it is not disempowering. And just read that thought, or write it if you like in the notes. I'm happy to read it. Nevi, hello. Who else is watching while you're doing that? Anastasia, Elizabeth, Volodymyr. This is what the Greek philosophers are all about. Having clear and precise thinking. Observing yourself like a scientist. Okay, this is Hellenic thinking. It's the way of thinking of light and clarity. Send me your questions, send me your biggest fear, and I will work through it live on this session. I'll be very happy to do that. Or if you want a more private session, go ahead and look at the programs on my website. We can do a private one-to-one, or part of the exclusive group where we're just about four people and going really deep into the work. But thank you for joining once again. Lots of love to my friends here in the Zoom room. Meet you again next week to do the work.